All right, Mr. Ahmed here to start up Chapter 4. Chapter 4 for us is going to involve writing linear functions and the equations of lines in numerous forms. All right, first thing we're going to work on slope-intercept form. Then we'll head into some point-slope form as the chapter moves on and standard form as well. We saw all of these forms last chapter when we were graphing, so today we're going to write the equations of those graphs. That will be our plan of attack. So we're going to start up on 4.1 today, which involves writing an equation of a line in slope-intercept form. And let's get started. So, essential question for 4.1 is how do I write an equation in slope-intercept form? That will be our goal. So, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. M is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So when I finish an example of an equation in slope-intercept form, there's still going to be y equals. There'll be a number in for m, something like 2/3. X is still going to be there, and then minus 8, something like that. So our 2/3 is going to be the slope, and our -8 would be the y-intercept, which I will abbreviate y-intercept pretty frequently. Okay? So, a little warm-up action. Try 1 and 2 on your own. This is a review from last chapter. So go ahead and hit pause, and you need to find the slope. All right, hopefully you had some success finding the slope. On the graph, keep in mind you need to find 2 points. I see this as positive slope. It's going uphill from left to right. So the 2 exact points I see are here and here. Those are the 2 I'm going to use. So rise over run. It's going up 2. Oops, that's a 1 plus 2 over 1. So our slope, m, is equal to 2 over 1 or 2. Okay? When I'm given 2 points, I need to use the slope formula. The slope formula is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so that's a recollection from last chapter as well. So I'm going to label out our points, x1, y1, and x2, y2. When I substitute in our values, 2 minus 1 on the top, over 0 minus 5. So 2 minus 1 is 1, 0 minus 5 is -5, so our slope is -1/5. Okay, so now writing the equations for those lines that we had above. In order for us to write the equations of these lines, okay, we need to know 2 things. We need to know the slope and we need to know the y-intercept. So for example 1, we already found the slope. M is equal to 2 over 1 or 2. I don't care how you write it. I'm going to leave it as a fraction. And I have to look at the graph to identify the y-intercept. So the place where it crosses the y-axis is right here. All right, x is 0 and y is 2, so the y-intercept, b, is equal to 2. So, to write the equation, y equals mx plus b. We just need to know m and we need to know b. We plug those 2 values in and we have the equation. Y equals 2 over 1x plus b, which is 2. That is the equation of the line. Slope-intercept form. Okay, the next one. For our second example, all right, we knew that the slope was -1/5. All right, so you can't see this, but I'm writing m is equal to -1/5 down below. Now, the issue here is we have to find the y-intercept. Now, this goes back to just kind of recognizing that if x is 0, okay, if the x value is 0, it's not left, it's not right at all on the graph. So this point here where x is 0, that is the y-intercept. So our point here, 0, 2, that is the y-intercept. So b is equal to 2. Okay? So down below, where I'm writing the equation, I know m is -1/5, b is equal to 2. Now I substitute those values into y equals mx plus b. M in for m, b in for b. Y and x stay. Y equals -1/5x plus 2 is the equation of our line. So on most of these, we're going to be able to identify the y-intercept just by looking at a point. And we just have to find the point where x is 0. So let's try a few more together here. This one we're looking at a graph, so the first thing I need to do is calculate the slope. All right, this one's going downhill from left to right. So the slope is negative. So I'm just going to count for our 2 points here. That's probably the easiest way if I can count it. So down 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 4, right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our slope m is equal to negative 4 over 5. And now the y-intercept is right here, up 1, 2, 3. So b is equal to 3. That is the y-intercept. That's where it crosses the y-axis. And keep in mind, when it crosses the y-axis, x is equal to 0. So our b is equal to 3. All right, slope-intercept form again. Y equals mx plus b. We need to memorize that. Plug in m, plug in b. Y equals negative 4/5 x plus 3. We got it. Okay? Next example. Here we are. The first thing I'm going to do actually is I'm going to identify, is one of these the y-intercept? X is 0. Y is 8. So our y-intercept is 8. B is 8. Now we have to calculate the slope. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Have to know the slope formula. x1, y1, x2, y2. Plug them in. 8 minus 5 over 0 minus 2. All right, 8 minus 5 is 3. 0 minus 2 is negative 2. So our slope m is 3 over negative 2. So it's negative 3 over 2. All right, equation of the line. Y equals mx plus b. Plug in m, plug in b. Y equals negative 3 over 2x plus 8. B is 8. We got it. Okay. The next one, function notation. All right, we always get a little tricked up on these. We aren't a huge fan of seeing this function notation because it looks so different. Don't be scared. All right. In the function notation, f of 2, that means x is 2, y is 6. So I can just rewrite this as an ordered pair. I have the point 2, 6, and I have the point 0, 1. Is one of those the y-intercept? Yes, x is 0, y is 1, so our b is equal to 1. All right, now we need to find m. Calculate the slope. M equals y2 minus y1, so x1, y1, x2, y2. All right, plugging them in. M equals, I'm not rewriting the equation this time. It's right here, y2 minus y1. So 1 minus 6 over 0 minus 2 equals negative 5 over negative 2. Negative divided by a negative changes to a positive, so our slope is positive 5 over 2. So m is 5 over 2. All right, at this point, hopefully we have this memorized. Just need to plug it in. Y equals 5 over 2x plus 1. We have the equation of our line. Okay? One more example here with our function notation. Just write it out as an ordered pair. We have the point 0, 4, x, y, x, y. Other point is negative 2, 4. All right. Is there a y-intercept? Yes. Here it is. 0, 4. B is equal to 4. M, got to calculate the slope now. y2 y minus y1. Let's go x1, y1, x2, y2. 4 minus 4 over negative 2 minus 0. 4 minus 4 is 0 over negative 2. 0 divided by something is equal to 0. This one is not undefined. The slope is just 0. When the slope is 0, it is a horizontal line. So our equation is y equals 0x plus 4. 0 times anything is 0, so it just turns into y equals 4. and we hopefully keep in mind that those horizontal lines came in the form y equals. Vertical lines come in the form x equals, and our slope is undefined. So if we divide by 0, if 0 is on the bottom, that's when we have undefined slope. All right, try number 7 out on your own. Go ahead and hit pause. All right, my 2 points. I got one here and here. All right, that one's a little bit tricky to see. So I am going to say that this point is at -2, 2. And our other point's at 0, 7. Okay, I'm going to assume that it went through exactly there. So our y-intercept, b is equal to 7. M equals, you could either count it or you could calculate it. I'm going to count. So up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 2. Okay, 5 over 2. It went up 5 over 2. Equation of the line. Y equals, m is 5 over 2, x plus 7, mb. Plug them in. And we got it. On to our last page. Again, try these ones out on your own. All right, we're still on the U-tries, and then we're going to come back for example 10. So go ahead and keep that option of trying these out, and then we'll come back. So here we go. Our b is -3. I'm going to pick up the pace just a little bit here. x1, y1, x2, y2. Calculate the slope. y2 minus y1, -3 minus 3. x2 minus x1, 0 minus 4. -3 minus 3 is -6 over -4. Again, negative divided by a negative changes to a positive, and I can reduce this one. So I'm going to reduce it, 3 over 2. And I found my slope. M is equal to 3 over 2. Equation of the line, y equals 3 over 2, x minus 3. Reminder, y equals m, plug in m, x stays, plus b, plug in b. Our equation is done. All right, one more function notation. Just write out the ordered pairs. 0, -2, 4, 1. There's our y-intercept. X is 0, b is -2. So b is equal to -2. Calculate the slope. M equals y2 minus y1. So x1, y1, x2, y2. 1 minus -2. Over 4 minus 0. Minus a negative changes to a plus, so that's 3 over 4. Found the slope. We know m, we know b. Write the equation of the line. Y equals 3 over 4x minus 2. Got it. All right, this last one here involves an application, and it says the data for electricity generated by hydropower, so a dam, is 248 million megawatt hours in 2007 and 277 million megawatt hours in 2012. So we first need to find the slope, which is the rate of change, and we're looking for how the number of million megawatt hours increase per year. Okay, that would be our slope. Identify the y-intercept, and the y-intercept is the number of million megawatt hours. In the base year of 2007. Then we'll write the equation of the line. So in 2007, our million megawatt hours is 248. So that is B. Now M, the rate of change, we need to take 277 minus 248, and the years in the change, so that was 2012 minus 2007. And that'll give us our slope, okay? So 277 million megawatt hours minus 248, 2012 minus 2007. So how many years passed? Well, between 2012 and 2007, our number of years changed by 5. And we have to take 277 minus 248 and get 29. So it's going up by 29 million megawatt hours every 5 years. So the equation of the line, m equals 29 over 5. So our equation, y equals 29 over 5x plus 248. And that's in million megawatt hours. All right, that's it for today. Have a good one.